All beginners tend to make the same handful of mistakes. All new guys, you see them doing the same shit over and over again. But even intermediate guys make this one mistake. And it's one small little detail, but it means the world. It'll mess up your head movement, your punches, your footwork, your stance, your range. It messes up everything. And it's this back foot back here going like this. People don't even realize that they're doing it. They inherently know that they're not supposed to just stand here. I hope they should know. They're not supposed to just stand here in punching range and just do that over and over again. They kind of know that they need to be far away, or especially if they've just started sparring. What they'll do is when they realize that they're too far away to punch, the bag or their sparring partner, they start doing this. Now this comes from unwillingness to commit and bring yourself over there. We've covered this before, people leaning over in our video on the hook or our video on some of the footwork we've done, but I don't think I've ever touched on it. This back foot. This is the issue. This is one simple fix for all these problems. We need to put the majority of our weight on our back foot most of the time. I've heard people say 60%, 70%, even 80%. I won't say that there's a certain percentage. It depends on what you want to do. If you're going to be checking kicks a lot, you want very little weight on that front foot so you can pick it up easily, or if maybe the lead leg kick is part of your game. But the majority of your weight should be back here, but that doesn't jive when people want to go over there and punch something. If I put all my weight on this back foot, it doesn't really jive with, then I want to go over there and punch that, and that's when we get this. And people are afraid to go bring themselves over here because they feel like they're going to get hit. But the person's trying to punch your face. If you lean over to punch, you still brought your face just as close as if you brought your hips up under you, and pulling your head back is not nearly as fast and efficient as keeping your head over here and using your hips and waist and legs to move your head. But people don't like to get in the pocket when they're new because they don't like getting hit. And I get that, but I promise you, let me show you a couple ways you can get closer and still maintain your structure and posture and stance and all that, still have power and still be able to move your head. And it always counts on us keeping this back foot heavy. I want to go over there and jab this bag, and you think, well, if I jab it and I got to step in, even if I'm just stepping with one, I'm loading this one up. But I'm really not gonna. I'm going to keep as much weight as I can back here, and I call it like testing quicksand. You don't want to test water, because testing water, you can't put any weight on it. But if you want to see what quicksand felt like, you would kind of check it out like that, and you go, bah! All right, and then this leg, this adductor really pulls you right back in to your stance just out of range. If you want to bring both feet, you bring them over like that. But I'm bringing them up under me. Now, if you need to cover a little more distance, we've covered this in a video before where we're like boom, 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 boom. With each step, I'm bringing myself closer and keeping my, posture and structure up on top of my feet, right? But don't get greedy. Don't lean and get this back foot all light, because if I get in a jam and I need to do some different shit or move or do something, I'm doing it all on one leg instead of on both my legs. So we can step in, boom. We can step in, boom. We can step in, boom, boom. But in all of them, I'm bringing my feet up under me. The obvious way to fix this is your coach is going to yell at you, back foot down, heavy on the back foot, or whatever version of that he says. And you're going to think, I am. And you're not even going to realize that you're doing like that right there every time you punch. But one surefire way to fix this is when you're shadow boxing or when you're hitting the bag, stop at the moment of impact. And I look down and think, oh, that's not right. And I fix it and then figure out what my range is for that punch or this punch, and then keep that foot down. And then the next time I do it, I'm sitting down on that punch. I've got some weight on that back foot. Keeps me stable. Keeps me ready to move in either direction if that back foot is down. As I said before, how heavy you are on it depends on your style. A real upright Muay Thai style where you need this lead leg a lot for whatever reason. You want to be super light. Maybe if you need to explode forward, you want to have 70% on there. But there are exceptions to this. One, notable example is if I want to load a big left hook. When I step in for this hook, yeah, I'm a little heavy on this front leg and front foot, but I'm going to eventually shift my weight back to that back foot, which we covered in our video that I'll link up there on improving your lead hook. So keep that back foot down. Practice it in your bag work. Heavy on that back foot. Constantly remind yourself to be heavy on that back foot. Even if you switch stances, right? Heavy on that back foot. But practice that in shadow boxing and on the bag. Make sure you keep that back foot down. And then, you know, when you start sparring, try to really consciously decide that you're going to step in there and like go get you some.